Hey everyone, Harry here to talk about some election law developments in all important Pennsylvania. Now, one of them, of course, is the Elon Musk lottery, where the Philadelphia DA has sued Musk to enjoin it. Musk has moved to put it into federal court, and I've got another discussion that we're also posting today explaining why I think Musk is violating the law, but will probably get away with it. But just a couple other things to mention because it's so important. Pennsylvania really seems to be ground zero. The blue wall in the past that has always gone the same way since 1992, thus the wall, is Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin. And right now, Harris is ahead by the skin of her teeth in Wisconsin and Michigan, but Pennsylvania, all important, she is not. And there are theoretical paths to victory if she loses Pennsylvania, but very, very, very hard. So that is the big prize that everybody is fighting about. Okay, and what's been happening there? A Commonwealth Court yesterday, that's the court between the common pleas trial level and the Pennsylvania Supreme Court, issued a 3-2 decision saying that you cannot disqualify mail ballots because they have a missing or improper date on them. Now, why does that matter? This is not in the federal election. It's in another election. But if that were the rule in the federal election, that it could potentially implicate a lot of ballots. And most importantly, the Pennsylvania Supreme Court has previously rejected an effort to count improperly dated mail ballots. So there's a possible showdown happening in the Pennsylvania Supreme Court. Mail ballots are big in Pennsylvania as they are everywhere, but Pennsylvania has over 2 million have been mailed out. And there have been some, not a huge number, but say in Philadelphia, we know that 400 or so ballots were rejected for a missing or improper date. So, there's going to be over 1,000 ballots that will be implicated here, and not a big number, but you don't necessarily need big numbers to have an important effect in Pennsylvania and therefore on the election. Anyway, watch that issue closely. What will the Pennsylvania Supreme Court do with it? There is some tension now between what they've done and what this Commonwealth Court has just done in a separate election, where they basically said, no harm, no foul. Who cares that the right date wasn't on there? The other thing that's happened in Pennsylvania now plays into Trump misinformation and the possible plans afoot to challenge the election anywhere and everywhere. So there are a couple counties that are looking into possible funkiness or even fraud in some registrations to vote, not in votes themselves, but in some registrations where at least a couple DAs are saying, it looks like maybe there was very similar handwriting, or, they segregated out some 2,500 voter registration forms. Some have already been cleared as okay. Others are being looked at. And they're looking into possible irregularities with this 2,500 votes. Some, as I say, already okay based on maybe false names or suspicious handwriting. There's nothing unusual about this, about some registrations being possibly improper and prohibited. But what's going on with this now is Trump is touting this and saying on the hustings, Lancaster County was caught with 2,600 fake ballots and forms, all written by the same person. Bullshit, bullshit, and bullshit. They were not all bad. They were not fake ballots. They were registrations. They were not written by the same person. But this is his misinformation, all, planting the seeds, many of them, including in all important Pennsylvania, that there was fraud afoot and preparing to fight and lie in the event of a close contest there, which the polls certainly suggest will be happening. So that's today's report out of Pennsylvania. And, we're talking about possibly very small margins that come to have outsized importance, and where the parties for now are fighting over them tooth and nail, and where come Tuesday, all indications are Trump and company will try to launch even bogus protests if they wind up losing the state. Talk to you later. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video and other Talking Feds content, please take a second to like and subscribe. Talk to you later.